Yes.
Okay, we'll start, madam. Hello.
Balaji, go ahead when you are ready.
Yeah, sure. I'm ready. Is everybody able to hear me?
Yes,
Am I audible?
very clear.
Okay, we'll go to the first question. So there are two methods you can answer. You can answer either by audio or you can type it in the chat box. We'll see how it is going. Then we'll stick to one solution. Okay. Okay, the first question is, you're able to see the screen?
Yeah.
Who was India's first freedom fighter? So any takers for this?
Yes. Yes.
What's the answer? Anybody trying?
So can I see?
Yeah, please say, please say.
Mangal Pandey.
No. Even 50 years before that, we had another person who fought against the British. So
Is it, sir, is it Parasi Raja?
Not Paris Raja. 10 years before Paris Raja, another person fought.
Sir, it is Maviran Alamuttukon.
Perfect, perfect. Who's that?
Manish.
Manish. Excellent, excellent. So Manish has told the correct answer. It is Maviran Alamuttukon. He was the first freedom fighter, and he was from Ettayapuram. Ettayapuram is we all know, no? He is the king who what to say, helped the British to catch hold of Veerapandiya Kattabomman. But before that, Ettayapuram, you had a freedom fighter. He is the first freedom fighter in India who fought against the British. Okay. Somebody said Mangal Pandey. No, okay. We have a question about Mangal Pandey. Mangal Pandey was a soldier in the Mangal Pandey was a soldier in the Bengal Native Infantry of East India Company. He played a key role in the revolt of 1857 which is also known as India's first war of independence. The outburst of his anger was that the cartridge of the rifle was greased with fat of the cow. So Hindus were against this practice. So they all got angry and revolted. Now, who was the manufacturer of the rifle and cartridge? This is a rifle and cartridge.
Sir, Enfield rifle.
Enfield. Perfect, perfect. Who answered that?
Manish.
Manish. Perfect, perfect. Excellent. Enfield. How do you know Enfield? In what way we have heard of Enfield?
Motorcycles, motorbikes.
Exactly. But earlier they were manufacturing armaments for the army. That is why you will find the name Bullet. And also the logo, if you see, okay, right now they are not using this logo, but for a long time this was the logo, made like a gun. Even the motorbikes are called made like a gun. Okay, go to the next question. In Chidambaram Nataraja temple, an annual ritual is done where the temple priest does puja to an icon in front of Nataraja. It is then taken around the temple and finally kept at the East Gobram for the day. What icon is this? And this ritual is not performed in any other temple. Amitesh got it correct. It is the national flag hoisting. The temple does the national flag hoisting ceremony by the priest. Okay, it is done right from 1947, 15. No other temple does this. Okay. Who was the first queen to fight against the British colonial power in India?
Sir, Jhansi Rani.
Before that. See, Jhansi Rani and all. Sorry?
Chinnamma.
No. Kittur Chinnamma. They were all at least some 100 years, some 100 years after.
Velu Nachiyar,
Velu Nachiyar. Perfect. Who said that?
Sangeeta sir.
Perfect. Veeramangai Rani Velu Nachiyar. She was the queen of Shivaganga. She fought against the British and surprisingly she won. Normally Indian kings, when they fight against the British, they don't win, isn't it? She won. There's another interesting question. Rani Velu Nachiyar had a women's brigade of fighters. Okay. The army commander, the woman army commander was Queen. Potpourri was the first person in India's fight against the British colonial power to employ a warfare technique. What's that? Actually, it's not first time in India, it's first time in the world itself. She used a technique, which today it is famous, but she was the pioneer in that. What warfare technique she used?
Guerrilla warfare?
Not exactly.
Pincer attack
What is a pincer?
from two sides.
No. They're all conventional battling.
Okay.
She did something spectacular. First time in the world.
Were the soldiers trained for suicide bombing or something like that?
Exactly. Suicide bombing. And she was the first person. She was the suicide bomber.
Oh, okay.
So what she did do, she dosed herself on fire and rushed to the room where they keep the armaments. And all the ammunition was burst. I mean, it got damaged. So the British had to give up. They had to return the kingdom which they found.
Wow.
She was the world's first suicide bomber. In which temple you can find the sculpture of Bharata Mata? It's in a temple. And how do you know this is Bharata Mata? You just see the left side screen. This is the picture of Bharata Mata, and the sculptor has exactly reproduced it. But land is fine. Which temple?
Sir,
Ah.
Bharat Mata Mandir.
Yeah, that is in Varanasi. No. We are talking something closer to us. But that is a separate temple, what you are telling. This is a sculpture in the another temple. It's in a big temple. One of the sculpture related to Bharat.
Is it Tiruvannaikaval?
No. Closer to us. Okay, we'll go for the answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Mayapur Kapaleshwara. You just go to the Dwaragana Mandapam. There you can find this sculpture of Bharat. Temple may be old, okay, but that Mandapam was constructed during the 1930s. Just see the audacity of this sculpture. 1930, British were very much involved in the temple activities. But still, this person silently.
Where is this, sir? In that
First,
which mandapam?
you'll see that Dwaja Arohana, the Palipidam, no?
Okay. Okay.
Just behind that.
Okay.
We are talking about a person. He was born in Allahabad. His father named him Inqilab. He was inspired by the phrase Inqilab Jindabad, which was very popular during the independence struggle. At the suggestion of poet Sumandritan Pant, his father changed the boy's name to something which means the light that will never die. Whom are we talking about?
Sir, Bhagat Singh.
Very good guess, but
Chandrasekhar Azad.
Chandrasekhar Azad knows.
Amitabh Bachchan.
Perfect. Amitabh Bachchan. Who said that, sir?
Madan.
Very good, sir. Amitabh Bachchan.
Alaji, question kya?
Sorry? We go to the next question.
No, video no.
At January 26, 1930, the Declaration of Purna Swaraj was publicly issued. For the next 17 years until 1947, what was celebrated on 26th January?
It's Independence Day.
Independence Day is on August 15th, no?
No. From 1930 to 1947.
Yes.
I understood like
It
that.
was the Independence Day. Okay. When the independence was given, why was it shifted to August 15th? That's the question. They could have retained that January 26th, no? Why was it shifted to August?
Second anniversary of victory over Japan.
Exactly. Who said that, sir?
Anil A.K. Singh.
Exactly. Japan surrendered to Mountbatten 2 years back on August 15th. So August 15th was his favorite day. So he was adamant. He said nothing doing. I want only on August 15th. So we had to shift the date. Five other countries also celebrate their Independence Day on August 15th. Which are they?
Sir, Pakistan.
South Korea.
South Korea is correct. South Korea. Not Pakistan. They celebrate on August 14th.
14th.
South Korea is correct.
Sri Lanka.
Not Sri Lanka.
முன்னாடி நீங்க சொல்றாரு இன்னும் 4 கண்ட்ரியா மொத்தம் 5 கண்ட்ரி இந்தியாவும்
Congo.
Yeah, correct. Republic of Congo. Correct. Who said that?
Sangeeta, sir.
Oh.
And another thing starts in C.
Congo is C.
Costa Rica, is it?
No. Okay, we'll go for the
Cameroon.
answer.
Yes.
Not Cameroon, not Cameroon. We'll go for the answer. Bahrain, North Korea. When South Korea got independence, same day only North Korea also got. Isn't it? North Korea, South Korea, Republic of Congo, and Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein or country. Her country.
Germany, Switzerland, near Germany, Switzerland.
See, this question is very interesting. August 15th was the Independence Day, but the partition actually took place on August 17th. Why was it deliberately done? When August 15th was Independence Day, the British could have said, no, the partition is happening. But they waited for 2 days to announce this. Why?
A celebration 2 days.
Not exactly.
August 15th was a Friday. So,
Because they were not in celebration mood. That is, the announcement was partition happened 2 days after the
Was Gandhi fasting?
Okay, we'll go for the answer.
Yeah.
See, this guy who made the map dividing India and Pakistan, he finished his work by August 19th. August 9th. But the plan was revealed only on August 17th. Why? Because British knew there's going to be a hell of a lot of trouble and violence once this announcement is made. When it is made on August 17th, India is already free, isn't it? So British need not worry about that. They can always say it's your problem. We have left you alone. It's your problem, you deal. But had they announced before, it would have been a British problem. So you got the point?
Yeah, yeah.
They
Good.
just push the trouble on us and pull it back. Another interesting question. During 1947, the British were very concerned about the position of the Anglo-Indians post-independence. They were worried. Are these people going to be treated properly? In a view to help the community, they came up with a plan to relocate the Anglo-Indians to a particular place and declare that place as a separate country. The idea was dropped as Anglo-Indians did not want a separate country and opted to be part of it. Which place was planned for them? You got the question?
Yeah.
A separate place was supposed to be created for them so that they can rule on their own.
Sir,
But
is
they
it
were very
Calcutta?
patriotic. They said nothing doing. We are part of India. We will never go out of it. Which place?
Sir, it is Calcutta.
Very good try, but no.
Shimla.
No. You told Calcutta?
Bangladesh?
No. Okay, no more tries. I think we'll go for the answer.
Yeah.
Andaman and Nicobar Islands.
Oh.
That are supposed to be made as a separate country and given to the Anglo-Indians to rule.
This is a good one.
Why did they select Andaman and Nicobar Island? Because Andaman and Nicobar Islands is also close to Burma. Burma also had a huge population of Anglo-Burmese. Like we call Anglo-Indians, they are Anglo-Burmese. They thought this would be a common place for both Anglo-Indians and Anglo-Burmese. But Anglo-Indians did not want it. This Kali temple is a Shakti Sthala and was built in the 12th century by Ballala Singh, a king of the Sena dynasty. During 1986, it was declared as a national temple. Since it's a national temple, the flag is hoisted every morning in the temple, and all national flag code rules such as rendering half mast on nationally declared holidays of morning. Okay. day-long prayers are held on national holidays such as Independence Day, etc. Now, where is this temple? It's a national temple, and so the flag has to be hoisted every day morning, and all rules regarding flag.
Kamakya,
is followed.
Kamakya temple, Guwahati.
No. Not Kamakya.
Sir, is it Lakshadweep temple?
No.
Is it the Kali Ghat in Kolkata?
Right, but no.
cream
First of all, why it was a national temple? Okay, we'll go for the answer. Somebody answered. Amitesh has answered in the chat box. It is Dhakeshwari temple at Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh. So we're not talking about India, we're talking about Bangladesh. Now, why was this given the status of a national temple? Dhaka takes its name from Dhakeshwari. Hence, it is treated as a national temple by an Islamic nation. Another interesting question. Which place name in India is called? No, sir. Inhabitants of this region were apparently, forget the first line. Inhabitants of this region were apparently unaware that India had achieved independence until days after August 15th. Because they were located in a remote place, they did not get the news that India has already achieved independence. Sardar Patel realized that Pakistan could claim this area as their own on account of the Muslim majority prevalent. The population are majority Muslims. Then Sardar Patel knew that Pakistan will rush over there and claim that place. So he quickly rushed in Indian armed forces over there. And when the Pakistan forces arrived, they were met by the sight of Indian flags and they had to retreat. Name this
Maldives.
Maldives not, was never a part of India.
Bangladesh,
Not Bangladesh.
Kargil,
No.
Some island is this.
We're talking about an island. The island was remote.
Lakshadweep.
Lakshadweep.
Yes. Sorry, I got confused.
Lakshadweep is Muslim majority. And
Yes, state.
Sardar Patel understood that somehow Pakistan will go there and put their flag over there. So he quickly rushed the troops and claimed that land. So when Pakistan came there, they already saw flags, Indian flags flying. They said, okay, forget it, let's give up. Lakshadweep. Okay. This is an interesting question. Somebody also tried it. No? Yeah, please. India and Pakistan were created at midnight on August 15th. Same time. While India celebrates that day as its Independence Day, Pakistan celebrates it on 14th August. Why so? Both are given on 15th August only. But we say 15th August and they say 14th August. Why?
So Mountbatten has to be there in both India and Pakistan. So he decided.
It's a wrong information because then
Sir,
why did they
because
celebrate
of
August
exchange
15th?
sir, because of exchange of powers.
Sorry?
Exchange of powers.
No. See, both were announced at the same time. But while we were telling it is 15th August, they were telling it is 14th August.
So they can attend in both India and Pakistan. They held
No.
a day earlier.
It was not held earlier. It was held on the same time. What the point? It was declared at the same time. But we say it is August 15th. But whereas Pakistan claims it is August 14th.
14th August, was it Friday?
Time difference, sir, like 11:30, 12.
Okay, we'll see the answer.
Yeah.
See, the first Pakistani Independence Day was celebrated on 15th only. But what happened was, when they celebrated the first independence on 15th, it was coinciding with the 27th day of Ramzan, which is a very holy day. That holy day was actually on 14th. So they said, okay, forget this year. From next year, we will declare ourselves as 14th August. Okay. You see, the first stamp issued by Pakistan says 15th August. So for 1 year, they were thinking it is 15th August. But since they started on a very auspicious day, then they said, okay, let us, henceforth, let us say it is 14th August. So confusion from day one. Even they do not know what is their independence. See this? See this person? Vaidimari Venkata Subbarao was a noted author in Telugu and he was a bureaucrat. He was working in the government. While serving as the district treasury officer of Visakhapatnam district in 1962, he wrote a text and sent it to the then education minister P.V.G. Raju. P.V.G. Raju immediately informed all schools to be recited daily, and later on, the entire country started reciting it daily.
Sorry,
What was that?
sir, it was to sing the national anthem.
No, not national. Something else.
No, I think this is
Constitution.
all Indians are my brothers and sisters.
Perfect. What do you call that?
Pledge, national pledge.
National
pledge.
Okay. Who's the boy who answered?
Sangeeta.
Oh, sorry. No, there was another boy who answered train first. Who trained first? It is the National Pledge of India. He wrote that. The funny thing is, he forgot he wrote this. One day, his granddaughter took a textbook and she was reading this loudly. Then only he realized it is he who wrote this, and the entire country is reciting it daily. Okay, how do you find it? It's going interesting or boring?
It's very interesting, sir.
Great. See this? Royal Bengal tiger is our national animal. Agree. However, that was adopted only in 1972. The Asiatic lion was a national animal from 1947 to 1972. Now, why was this change enacted? We could have stayed with lion itself. No? Why did we go to tiger?
Sir, is it because the Asiatic lion became extinct?
Asiatic lion is thriving.
Is it because the tigers were becoming endangered in India?
Right. Correct. Tigers are becoming endangered. Now, who answered this?
Sangeeta, sir.
Yes. Tigers were becoming endangered. That's one reason, but what is the other reason?
Sir, because of this tactics, it's skill and like that.
Yeah. That's also one answer. But another thing which mainly changed the idea.
Cultural history.
History, yes, that is one thing, correct. But major reason, another major reason is okay, we go for the answer.
Yeah.
So, sir,
Asiatic lion is only confined to Gir National Park in Saurashtra, whereas tiger was bred in 16 states. So when you are saying something national, it should be present everywhere. No? So then they said, yeah, let us go to tiger because it is spread in 16 states, whereas this lion is only in one state. Why go for lion? And there were other reasons like many of you told. 80% of the world's tiger population is in India. So India, the tiger has a character, no? It is associated with India. Whereas lion is not exclusive to India. And yeah, mainly the population of tiger was building. They said once it becomes a national animal, people may get serious about it. And some of the other reasons were tiger is actually stronger than lion. And tiger has got a long history of association with our history, more than the lion. Considering all this, they said, no more lion, let us go for tiger. Was that interesting?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Elephant is also a national animal, but in a different category. What category?
Is it the national mammal?
But tiger is a mammal.
It's vegetarian.
Not exactly.
So subspecies.
No.
Is it an animal of, I think there are different species of elephants. There's an African elephant and there's an Indian elephant also. I think it is a native species of India.
No, not. That's not the exact answer.
Is that because of Ganesha? Like that something?
No.
Cult.
Sir, because elephants are worshipped as gods. basically.
Exactly. Not only as gods, for all ritual purpose, it's very close to us. We see elephants daily. It is easily approachable. India is always associated with elephants. Whereas tigers, we see only the zoos or in the forest.
Because of Lord Ganesha.
Yes.
Heritage animal. Okay.
It's a heritage animal, national heritage animal. It has been declared in that category. A new category was formed just 10 years back. 2010 only that category formed, and elephant was selected as the national heritage animal of India.
This is interesting.
What's the difference in the way flag is hoisted on an Independence Day and the Republic Day? That's the difference. So what's the difference in the way flag is hoisted on the Independence Day and Republic Day?
In Independence Day, they only hoist the flag halfway up.
No, it goes up.
When they hoist it, and does that differ?
No.
It is unfold.
No, any flag has to be unfolded. You go for the answer?
Yes.
Okay. Independence Day. The flag is in closed condition and tight condition at the bottom. It is pulled up and then unfolded to signify the freedom attained on 15th August. So how was the flag hoisted on 15th August first time? First time we are hosting a flag. No? So flag has to go from bottom to top and then get unfolded. But in a Republic Day, already the flag was hoisted. The flag was existing at the top. So the flag was just hoisted and unfurled at the top.
Yes. Good
Yeah.
logic.
And I think who hoists also is different in India, right? For Independence Day, it is the Prime Minister, and the Republic Day, it is the President of
Yes.
the country.
No, but anywhere you can unfold the flag. Next question. Through the Indian Independence Act of 1947, British India got partitioned into two independent domains of India and Pakistan. There are only three present-day state names got mentioned in there. Which states are these? That is, the places mentioned, the states mentioned earlier do not exist now. For example, earlier we called Madras Presidency or Madras State. Now we don't call that, isn't it?
Sir,
The same way.
Kolkata.
For example, you don't find Karnataka earlier. It was Mysore State.
Punjab, Punjab is
Punjab
one.
is correct. Punjab is correct. Punjab was the same name is being utilized now. Like that, there are two. Sorry?
Delhi.
No, not Delhi.
Kolkata.
No, we are talking about states.
State.
The state name, there are only three states names which are exactly what was entered in the Indian Independence Act of 1947.
Gujarat.
Gujarat was formed only in 60.
Jammu and Kashmir.
No. Because at 1947, Jammu and Kashmir was not part of it.
Uttar Pradesh.
No. See, so many states, the name got changed. But only three states, the name remains intact. Okay,
Madhya
you go for the
Pradesh.
answer.
Maharashtra.
Maharashtra also 1960 now.
Earlier Bombay presidency.
Bombay presidency.
So Andhra Pradesh is there.
Andhra Pradesh also 1954.
Oh.
Because that before that Madras presidency.
Orissa, West Bengal.
Kerala.
Orissa was-
Kerala?
Kerala only
Madras.
Travancore, Cochin
Madras
அப்படி
state.
இருந்தது. Kerala மூணு இருந்தது. We had Cochin, Malabar and Travancore.
There's a Travancore.
இருந்தது. So, okay, we'll go for the answer.
Yes.
Assam, Bengal,
Assam.
Punjab. Punjab, ஏற்கனவே யாரோ சொன்னாங்க. Somebody said Punjab. Assam and Bengal, they remain the same.
God.
We all know that the first war of independence was 1857. 1857 rebellion led by Mangal Pandey. Okay, but during October 2017, HRD ministry declared that another rebellion which took place in 1817 will be considered as the first war of independence. Which rebellion? It was concluded that before 1857 another rebellion happened. So let us treat that as the
Battle of Plassey.
no.
I think it was the Paika rebellion.
Paika rebellion. Who said that?
Sangeeta, sir.
Paika rebellion. See, the Paika rebellion happened in
1817.
1817. Okay. So Orissa people are demanding, we already fought against the British much before 1857. So why are you not giving the Paika rebellion as the first war of independence? So the ministry changed it. But what is the sad part? We already have Vellore Mutiny in 1807. Okay, 10 years before this 1817, we already fought against British. But somehow it is not recognized. And who are these Paikas? Paikas were the military people working under the rulers of Odisha. Okay, earlier Orissa, now it is Odisha. So they rebelled against the British rule under the leadership of Bakshi Jagannath Vidyadhara as early as 1817. Sad thing is, we already fought 1807. Starting from August 15th, 1974, what privilege was extended to the chief ministers of India?
The hoisting of the flag
When?
in the Independence Day.
No. Correct.
The year.
On the August 15th, chief ministers can hoist, and January 26th,
Governor will.
governors can hoist. Yes. Before that, it was only the governor. Chief minister did not have this facility. And who fought for this and got this rule changed?
Karnanidhi.
Karnanidhi, correct. It was Karnanidhi who fought and said, what happened to chief ministers? They are also equally important. This is the answer. The right to hoist the national flag on Independence Day. That's the answer. Until then, it was the governors who were hoisting the national flag on both Republic Day and Independence Day. So we go to the next answer. See, many qualities of a human, the good qualities of a human are listed here. Okay, you have love, courage, patience, peacefulness, magnanimity, goodness. I'm not going to read everything. Some 24 are here.
Is it in the
Where can you see this?
Indian flag, the 24 strokes represent
Perfect. Who said this?
Amitesh.
Amitesh, you are right. The 24 spokes in the chakra, okay, each is related to one quality. This is the basis of Buddhism. It is actually called Dharma Chakra. Sorry?
Is it was Ashoka Chakra, no?
Ashoka Chakra. Ashoka Chakra. The Buddhist law is Dharma Chakra.
Mhm.
Right. See this question? Arthur Wellesley, the first Duke of Wellington, was the leading military figure of the 19th century Britain. Okay. His battle record is exemplary as he participated in some 60 battles in his life. Nowhere he loses. Okay. It was he who defeated Napoleon in the Battle of Waterloo. Probably the most, famous battle in the world is Battle of Waterloo. After Napoleon lost, that changed the course of the world history itself. Okay. Now, which was his most memorable war? He fought against 60 battles. The most important battle in his life should have been when he won over Napoleon. But he said, no, that's not my important battle. There's another battle which he said is most important for him. Which was that?
Battle of Palasi.
No, that was Robert Clive.
I think he fought the Mysore War.
He fought the Mysore War against Tipu Sultan.
Yeah.
But his most difficult war was something else.
Saurashtra.
Shivaji. Sir,
Shivaji,
Shivaji.
almost correct, Shivaji. Okay.
Shivaji.
And there's the
Maratha
Marathas.
War.
Maratha, yes.
That's called Battle of Asai. It was a major battle that's called the Second Anglo-Maratha War. It was fought between the Maratha people and British East India Company during September 1803. He had a tough time. He won, no doubt he won, but he had a tough time winning. The Maratha people are great warriors and they gave a good fight. Okay. Had the British lost this war, things would have changed, but they won. See this? Very shocking question. But we'll have to accept the facts. The princely state of Potpourri actually refused to join the Indian Union after independence. Why so?
Because of it wanted to join the British Council.
Yes. British only confused them. They said, no, you please don't join India, you be a separate country. But why did they do that? Why did the Travancore people think thought, let us not
It was
join
to
India?
join the British Commonwealth.
Yeah, but why? What was the reason? What made them
To be a
to take the
separate
test?
country.
Yeah, they wanted to be a separate country, not join India. But what made them to think it that time? Then another 500 kingdoms were supposed to join India. These people had a different ideas. Why?
That was the nearest place where the British could enter India from Europe.
Not exactly, but okay, that could be one of the reasons. But there's another major reason nobody knows. Nobody has heard of it that much.
Is it something to do with Sir C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer?
Perfect. Who said that?
Sangeeta, sir.
Okay. C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer. Yeah, he only confused the whole issue. What happened? C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer, you know that he is Chennai based only. We have C.P. Ramaswamy Road in Alvarpettu.
Yeah.
That person, very intelligent, very knowledgeable person. He was the Diwan of Tiruvannamalai. Diwan means Prime Minister. What happened was British people called him and said, hey, you don't become part of India, you rule separately. The reason was Kerala had lot of very rare earths, not found anywhere. One of the rare earths was monazite, sorry. That can be used for nuclear purposes like uranium. The British people thought, if Travancore joins India, we cannot get that material. Okay, that rare earth. So we'll tell this Travancore people, you don't join India, be a separate country. We will buy this monazite from you. You can make money, we'll also be happy. Then why did he, last moment he changed his mind and came back to India? He had to survive an assassination attempt. Then he said, my God, let us not get into all this, we'll better join India. Okay.
Who had attempted this assassination? Any idea? Locals?
Local communist people.
Okay, okay.
Another shocking news.
Sir, I know that question. It's Jaipur.
Not exactly. But good try, very good try. So what's the question?
That's a town. That's a town.
Yeah. Who's answering this?
Manish.
Manish. Okay, it is not Jaipur exactly. Near to Jaipur.
I know the reason, but I don't know the state.
Yeah. Okay, what's the reason?
Pakistan wanted to, but the population wanted to choose India. So they voted and they chose India.
No. What happened was, you're almost right. No. It is not Jaipur. Okay, first I'll read the question. Okay. Which princely state was ruled by a Hindu king and a majority of the population were Hindus, but the Maharaja still wanted to join Pakistan? That is Jodhpur. Okay. What happened? Pakistan people met him and said, sir, you please join Pakistan. Whatever we want, we'll give. There is absolutely no issue. Everything will be taken care of. But if you're going to join India, they won't respect you. In Pakistan, we are going to respect you. Give all facility, whatever you want. Okay. So the king got confused. He was almost supposed to sign the pact to join Pakistan. Sardar Patel got intelligence report about his activities, called him and warned him, no, don't do that. Then he also dropped the idea. He was almost supposed to join Pakistan. At the right moment, we got hold of him and he had to change his idea.
It would have been a disaster.
Very disaster. Just think, a Hindu king and a Hindu citizens majority, but still he wanted to go to Pakistan. Shameless. Okay, see this question? On January 26, 1932, at 2 a.m., this person called Arya Bashyam, just a 25-year-old daring youth, climbed the flag post of Fort St. George and brought out the Union flag and hoisted the Indian flag, all under the watchful eyes of the police. They were all patrolling, but still he tricked them. Of course, he was caught, put in jail and severely tortured. All this he did because he was inspired by Balagangadhar. Okay, but we may not remember him. Nobody really knows him, but we still remember him in some other media.
The movie Indian Kamal Hassan enacted him?
Sir,
No.
sir, is it Tirupur Kumaran?
No. He's Arya Basham. He's from Chennai only. So what he did something else also that is popular with us, well known with us.
I think he's the one who has drawn the portrait of Bharati the way we see it.
Perfectly, perfectly. He's also an excellent painter. It was he who painted Subramania Bharatiya. Actually, Subramania Bharatiya may not resemble like this, but whenever we think Subramania Bharatiya, this is what we know, isn't it? This is a painting, and it was officially adopted. Okay. So, state government has taken the rights for this painting, and whenever they want to use Subramania Bharatiya, they use this figure. It is his contribution. Any idea who is this person?
Padmapuram King. Maybe.
Who?
Padmapuram King.
That's Travancore Prince. No.
Is he one of those Marudu Sagodharargal?
No. Almost near, closer to you. Okay, anyway, this is not the question. Okay. Who is he? Veerapandiya Kattaboman. We are only familiar with the right side portion, not with the left side portion. Isn't it? This looks like some officer, something like that. We already seen the best from Shivaji. We don't want to see this type of character. Okay. This is Veerapandiya Kattaboman. Fine. The question is, how does the Indian Navy commemorate?
He was the first to build sail across the ocean.
The Indian Navy has named something after Veerapandiya Kattaboman. What is that they have named?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. How does the Indian Navy commemorate Veerapandiya Kattaboman? That is something in Indian Navy is named after Veerapandiya Kattaboman as his remembrance. So what is that?
I think they have named a warship in his name, INS Kattabomman, I think.
Yeah. INS
In-
Veerapandiya Kattaboman is existing, but it is not a warship. But it is correct. There is something called INS Veerapandiya Kattaboman.
Yeah.
But it's not a warship. What is it?
Coast Guard.
No.
Is it a submarine?
I think it is just a facility of the Navy.
Exactly. INS Veerapandiya Kattaboman, it's called INS Kattaboman, is a communication establishment set up in Tirunelveli, huge one, nearly 3,000 acres of land, where they created tall towers. The tower you see here is the tallest man-made structure in India. It's the tallest tower in India. Okay. And what is the duty of this tower? It is used to communicate ships and submarine. Earlier, the submarine used to come up to get the signals. But after this tower has been installed, submarines will get the signal even if they are below this. That is called very low frequency towers. And this is not the only tower. There's a huge network of towers. Okay, this huge network of towers. And the central one, what you see, is the tallest structure in India. And if you take the top 10 structures in India, you have another 3 towers. Sorry, another 2 towers more. Out of top 10 tallest structures in India, 3 are from this segment. The tallest and another 2. Okay, we come to the end of the quiz. How was it? You liked it?
Very
It's
good.
very, very good, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Very.
Anybody who
Very-
wants the PPT file, you can inform me. I will send it to you. In meanwhile, you can spread the knowledge to your friends, your classmates, and circle. So everybody can enjoy this. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Happy
What is
Independence
the
Day.
feedback? You liked it, no?
Very good.
Great, sir.
Very interesting and very informative.
Thank
A lot
you.
of new things.
So, can you introduce yourself, sir? Hello.
Anil.
Anil. Very good. Okay. If anybody wants to post any question, you can tell. We'll all try to answer. Okay, there's no other activity. We'll close for the day.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. It was a very informative and a nice way to spend the evening. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. We'll close.
Balaji sir, thank you so much. We had a great time. Absolutely wonderful it was.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
How many participants were there?
Sorry,
How many participants were there?
I didn't check actually, sir. I didn't even check. It was interesting. I was listening to the questions and I didn't want to jump answering it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Balaji.
Thank you. So I'll close. I'll take.